All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tennessee Titans and the Brooklyn Beats. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready. 15, run. 15, run. You can't block me. Slam.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
59, Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Watch the run. Clear. Check. Go.
On first down, Stanley. Wide open receiver complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Here we go. Set. 60 or. Hey, orbit.
Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9".
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Ready?
Looking to throw. Stanley. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Zach Ertz. His second touchdown on the season. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll get this out wide to Taylor. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Geis. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off at the 36.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Let's go. 90, Wolf. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
It's just me and you.
Let's go.
Gurley again here on first down.
52.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Ready,
The
set.
run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Drop deep, drop deep. Mike's 59.
Leo.
Come on. You better bring it. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up.
On the toss, it's Gurley.
Under 10.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Here we go. 70, Indy.
You remember me. Let's go, baby.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that one's complete to Gurley. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
Let's go.
A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. Nice pickup for a first down.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Hey. Rabbit. Mike, check. 59. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey.
Throwing on first down. Stanley. Catch made here by Campbell. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Let's go now. 8, read.
59. Bound to lose one. Kill.
Pilot, 64, read. Hey, Charlie.
Part 9.
Hey, Haywood.
It's our time.
Get it.
On 1st and 10, Stanley. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Check.
They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Mike, check. 59. Gotta do better.
Big trip.
Back to throw. Stanley. And he connects with Ertz. And down inside the 15 he goes. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 14.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Hey, foxtrot. No.
Banjo. Mike's part 9.
Five.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. The quick slant caught. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown.
That's my boy.
A 14-yard touchdown. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. 2 excellent drives for them to start this game, both ending with touchdown passes.
Yeah, they're off and running, even though they finish things off through the air. Got to like what you're seeing from them so far. Being able to maneuver offense, take care of the football, and then ring that bell at the end with, as you said, 2 touchdown passes.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Titans take over 1st and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Geis with a carry on 2nd down. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. It's complete to Williams. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Mariota. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Got to love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. From 6 yards away, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce-back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And Gurley on first down, no chance that time. He's swallowed up for a loss of about 3. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Mike, check, 59. Let's go, let's get this ball back for the offense, let's go.
Mike 59. Mike.
Hey, Alpha.
Here we go.
Take go.
From the gun, Stanley. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. First down. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Go.
59 Mike. Check, 59. Watch.
Ready.
Looking to throw. Stanley. Ertz over the middle. And he's got this down to the 35. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Bang.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
On the ready.
Check, 59.
Hey, zoom.
Switch up.
Go. 6'6", pull it high.
Mike's 59.
Hey, watch his slant.
Now.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stanley. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 19.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, If you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Boy, the run on first down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Hey, wahoo!
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. You go night-night. Some go night-night. Kill, 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 kill.
Operating from the gun, Stanley. Complete to Dorsett. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Philip Dorsett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a run with Geis. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check 53. Hey, check, check. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Shoot, shoot, shoot.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress as well as scores. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And touchdown. Jakeem Grant, 77 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Mariota. It's caught. Smith. He's got a first down past the 30. Into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Ito Smith, 84 yards. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it, and we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. A gain of 6 there on first.
Bravo! Hey!
Roy, Roy, Roy! Roy, Roy, Roy! 59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, 59. Hey, let's get them home.
2nd and 4. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Check, 59.
All day, punt. Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
From the gun, Stanley. And a throw right sideline is complete. 21 yards there on 3rd down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, 59. Mike, watch the pass.
Five.
On 1st down, Stanley. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap, came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
7.
3 bud. Mike, check, 59.
To throw again, Stanley. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A big play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Mariota. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. On now is the Titans punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Give me some. Give me some.
The final shot before break. Stanley. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Throwing to start the drive. Stanley. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
And the pressure gets to him again. Montez Sweat. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw. Stanley. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly third and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
Touchdown, Tennessee! That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that will get them one closer. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
Throwing again. Stanley. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So forget the 3-and-out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10.
Kill. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Here's Gurley now. Toss right. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. 2nd and 1. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room.
Hey, box drop.
Mike, check. 59. Now watch run. Mike's 59.
Cut.
Mike's 59.
5.
To throw on third down. Stanley. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
And it's 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
55.
From the gun, Mariota. And that will be incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped, surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Good blocking there, and nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
At the 39-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Pick up the ball.
Go.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, he has now done it. That is career sack number 201. He has the all-time NFL record, surpassing the previous mark set by Hall of Famer Bruce Smith.
I got you, punk. Mike's 59.
Let's go.
Throwing on third and long. Stanley. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Montez Sweat. That is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
And the Titans first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run with Geis. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Mariota now to throw on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Check 59. I got him. One. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Coming.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mariota. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver, Taywan Taylor, and it's third down. Looking to erase a two-score deficit here in the fourth quarter, going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
Mariota to throw it. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. Mariota now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Mariota again. He finds Taylor. Complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll throw again. Mariota. He's got it to Williams. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
This is Geis. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
At the 18-yard line.
Set. 59. I'm trying to collect. Joker. One.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Darius Geis, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. McManus's point after is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
59, Mike. Check, 59. Let's go. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Stanley. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A gain of 32 that time.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
Get in the weight room. Safe.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber.
Watch the whip.
Hatchet, hatchet.
Undercrush, undercrush.
Rocket.
25, check 25. Check
Shoot.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Last stop.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey. Hey, Alpha.
Here's 2nd and 8. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And now it's 3rd down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And 12 yards that time and picking up the first.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh.
Mike to 59. You.
Back to the ground game here. Gurley.
Check three.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Here we go, set. 18 Gator.
Coming to you.
Check 99.
Hey, watch it.
Put up. Speed River.
Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
I'm coming for you, son.
Go.
59.
5.
Operating from the gun. Stanley. And able to find Dorsett. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans 19. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Jam.
Hey, wahoo!
Right, check. 59.
Put up.
Throwing on first down. Stanley. Yeah, he's got it. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Here I come.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
You don't want no
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Ready?
Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Bravo. Ready?
That one looks like he'll throw here. Campbell making the catch. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Go now. 90 Wolf. Hey, exit.
Hey, watch the leg.
Mike, check, 59.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. Let's go.
Back to throw. Stanley. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Rush in.
A first throw for the backup Palmer. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
10 yards is the pickup there, and that should just about put a bow on this one. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Check safety.
Here's Gurley. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Switch. Check 52. Kill. Turn up. Kill.
Greystone, travel.
Watch the edge. Under 10. 10.
Now.
Move. Kill. Check.
They run. It's Gurley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Brooklyn, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Titans, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.